Hello everyone, this is Ann Nicole here with Canterbury Card Designs. Today I'm here for Cat Scrappiness and I'm going to show you how to make one of these adorable little avocado cards. It's a mini slimline card. We'll talk about that in a second, how to make our card base. We're going to make a version like this today. We're going to be using the turquoise hearts and we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to make a matching turquoise border. So you can see I have two of these here. This one's got pink, this one's got the turquoise. I used the same frame around it. The only other difference is that this one, I decided I would try some splatters and see how it looked. Actually, the other difference that I forgot about, this one I cut out all black for the eyes and the mouth. This one I thought it would kind of be cute to make little blue eyes on this avocado. I think it looks so adorable. So I made blue eyes for this one. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So let me show you exactly what you're going to need. I'll show you what I've prepared and then we'll talk about making the card base and then we'll get into putting this together. So you're going to be using today, this is the Cat Scrappiness Happily Avo After die set, which is so cute. This die cuts out the four little hearts at once. That's what we're going to use around the avocados. And this one cuts out the heart that's in the center of these avocados. Right. The other set we're going to be using to make our border is the reversed scallop mini slimline with hello die by Cat Scrappiness. And we're only really going to be using the largest rectangle today. That's what we're going to use to make our border. So let me just show you. I put everything in one envelope because I'm using it just for one project, and then I'll separate it and put it back in individual envelopes afterwards. So what I've done here is I have taken the turquoise that I used for the hearts. I've took the matching cardstock and I've cut out two of these reverse scallop dies in the turquoise and I've cut out two in white, and we're going to layer them together. Why I did, you don't have to do this. You can do just one layer if you want to. You can do 2 layers, 3 layers, it's totally up to you. My initial thought when I started out making this card was that I was going to make it a shaker card, but then I liked it so much the way it came out not being a shaker card, I decided I wasn't going to do that. But I do like the way the border looks raised, so I wanted to leave that. That's why we're going to be gluing a couple of these together. The other thing I went ahead and did ahead of time is I actually cut out my cute little avocados. Look at these guys, they're so adorable. So I cut these out and I cut out, there is a, basically it's like a shadow die, but it's not really, doesn't really make a shadow. It makes the outside of the avocado. And you can see, I cut this from the same cardstock, but I used some inking and we're gonna be doing that. I used some inking to make it look dark like the outside of the avocado. Right, so we're gonna be doing that. The other thing I have done ahead of time is I have cut out my little hearts that we're going to be putting in the center and my mini hearts. I have also cut out the eyes and the mouths ahead of time. So we're going to be using those. These are some pink ones that I had left over from that first card. So I'm going to save those because they're really cute. Let me talk about really quick how I made those. So all I did was I took some strips. What I do with my scrap paper a lot of times is I cut it into strips. So you see I worked on, I was going to make one of these with yellow and orange as well. So I just glued them to a scrap piece of cardstock. This is actually scrap from the card base that we're going to make. And I just glue the strips on and then I let it dry a little bit and then I die cut. So it's super easy and it's kind of like a little fun way, you know, add a little bling to your card. You can see here, this is the one that I cut the hearts from. Okay, so put those aside. Don't ever waste your scraps. Save them, cut them into little strips. It's cute. All right, so let's put this aside for a second before we start putting this together. Now let's talk about our card base. So we're going to be making a mini slimline card today. So the dimensions for that are 3.5 by 6 inches. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to cut a piece of paper. I use 110-pound white cardstock. Sometimes I use the Neenah Classic Solar White, and sometimes I use the 110-pound cardstock you can get at Michael's. This happens to be the 110-pound cardstock that you can get at Michael's. So we're going to cut it to be 7 inches by 6 inches. So this is our 7-inch side and this is our 6-inch side. Okay, so we're going to cut to be 7 by 6, and then we're going to score a 3.5. So basically all I did was I took my score tool and my scoreboard, and I scored at 3.5 inches, and then I folded it and I burnished it. We'll just do that again. And that's our card base. All right. So super simple. So let's go ahead and let's start by putting these frames together. Okay, so we're going to take the other things, supplies I have here. I have some inks for when we're going to ink the background. I have just some low tack tape in case we need that, and I have 2 different kinds of adhesive. This is some Barely Art glue that I have in this precision tip bottle, and then I just have a tape runner as well. Not sure that we're going to need that. This is just a generic tape runner I got off of Amazon, and then we just have a little sponge dauber tool that we're going to do our inking with. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to just put glue on the first base of this. Alrighty, just kind of run some glue along there. I love this card, and I think it's so versatile because you can make, I think I'm going to use the pink hearts. I'm going to use, I think, for an anniversary card for my hubby because our anniversary is coming up at the end of this month. And the other one I think I'm going to use as a thinking of you. So I actually might use that hello die that's in this set and just put, die cut that with the shadow and put that on the inside. Alrighty. So I love that you can make really, turn it kind of into any card. Okay, let's see. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue our first turquoise layer. I like to do this with glue because it gives you a little bit more wiggle room when you place it on top. You want to make sure that you're doing the top because this is the underside edge, and you can see because if you look really closely, you'll actually see that the paper points this way. So you want to make sure that you are gluing top to top. Now you see here my white ones glued together are off a little teeny tiny bit. Don't worry about that. Doesn't matter. All right. So we're going to just, there we go. Okay. So like I said, the liquid adhesive just gives you a little teeny tiny bit of wiggle room. Okay. Okay. And now let's put our last layer on here. And you can see I'm not really doing anything fancy. Just putting some glue on there. Okay, and this is our top side again. Now you can do all 4 layers in turquoise if you want to. That's totally up to you. Not a big deal. Sometimes I like to just use up some white scraps that I have as well. And I did not care that that there's white under here because I actually think it's kind of cute the way the white shows and it kind of matches the white card base. So I wasn't too worried about that being white underneath. Okay, so here we have our frame. Now what I'm going to do while we ink up these adorable little avocados, I'm just going to put this under a little, a very old, very scratched up stamping block that I have here. All right. We're going to put these 2 aside, put our card base aside, and we're going to use some distress inks. I have pine needles and forest moss. We're going to be using those to ink the outside. All right. So I'm going to start with the forest moss. Doesn't matter. And you can use whatever inks you have. Doesn't matter. Just, darker. You want it to look like the outside of the avocado shell. So I'm going around the edge here with pine needles. Okay. With forest moss, and then I'm going to do some pine needles. I'm going to add a little bit to it. I like the way these 2 mix together, and they just happen to be the inks that I had on hand. I'm just going a little bit heavier here in where the avocado curves, because this would be like a little bit of a crease that might catch a little shadow. Okay, I'll put that one aside. And I'm not worrying about switching my sponge with this, because these are both dark colored inks, and I'm not really worried about getting one onto the other because they're both dark. You'll never notice. Now, if I was doing, you know, yellow or something like that, then I would of course change the tip here, the sponge. Alrighty, so let's go back in with a little bit of pine needles. Okay, and you just do it as much as you like. Just do it until you're happy with it. I'm gonna go back in a little bit more with the pine needles. I just really like the way these two blend together for the outside of this. Okay. All right, so I missed the little spot down here, I think, now that I'm looking. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm pretty happy with how those look. So we'll take our inks and we'll put them aside. Oops. Put them up here. Now, I'm going to clean this off really quick. And I just realized I don't have my microfiber. Oh, yes, I do. I have my microfiber cloth. And I'm going to take some alcohol spray. And I'm just going to clean this, because if I don't clean it now, when I go to set my card base on it later, and I forget, then I'll get ink all over the back of our card base, and I don't want to do that. Okay, I'll clean this all. I have some glue and stuff on here. I'll clean that off a little bit better later, but okay. So we've got these. Now I'm going to glue the avocado, the part with the little face. I'm going to glue that on here. So stinking cute. I love this. Love this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Excuse me. Allergies are so bad right now. Okay. Alrighty. So we'll glue this on here. Love it. Love it. All right. Now we're going to take our cutouts, the other cutouts that we've done. And we're going to take these larger hearts and we're going to glue those in the middle. We'll glue that right there. Alrighty. And then we're going to glue the other one. And what I like about these two is that when I do the stripes, you can see one has stripes going diagonally, one has stripes going horizontally. You can turn the die on the paper so that you can get it to look any way you want. You'll see some of these have them going straight up and down. Some of them are going horizontally. Some of them are going diagonally. And I think it just looks really cute and fun that way. All right, now we are going to put our face together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a little dab of glue right here. And you don't need too much. I'm just going to do a little. Okay, now I'm going to do them. I'm going to put the mouth right in there. I'm going to just kind of set it right in there. And I'll just get that glue. Any glue that smudges, you can take your Tombow, your mono eraser, sand eraser, and just kind of get that off. Super easy. Now I'm going to make this little guy have blue eyes because I just think that is so cute. Okay. By the way, this tray is also available on catscrappiness.com. It's actually a bead tray, so you see you can open it, and when you're done with your beads or your sequins or what have you, you can actually dump them right back into the container and not make a mess. I like to put my die cuts in here as well, because if I don't, I have a lot of cats, and if I don't have them put aside in a little container, they will get lost. Okay, now we're going to do the same for this little guy. Oops. Okay. Alrighty, now let's take our other eyes. We'll go right in there. And we'll, oops, drop this little guy. Okay, we'll go right in there. And then we will get the mouth. Alrighty. Alright, look at how cute that is. Oh, I can't take it. So adorable. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of pink. You can use any pink that you have. For this one, I'm just taking, I'm just looking for my little tool here. You can take any pink that you might have, doesn't matter. I'm using a Distress Oxide ink for this because I don't want it to be, I want it to be a little more opaque. For around here, I used just the Distress ink because I wanted it to be a little more transparent. So we're just gonna make cute little cheeks on these guys. So I'm just dabbing it on a little bit. Just okay. Super, super cute. I love it. So cute. Okay. All right. Perfect. I'm going to put that aside. And now I'm going to take my jelly roll, my number 10 white jelly roll, and I'm going to just make some white lines. So I'm just going to, off to the side here, get it rolling. The trick to using these pens is to go slow. Okay, and I'm just making some, oops, look at that. What did I do? My darn thumb got in the way, but you can't really tell that I smudged that, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. So I'm just making some lines. There's no right or wrong here. Some lines and some dots. Okay, super cute. And I'm just going to rub this pink in. Okay, now we've got our card base. So let's put this baby together. All right, so now I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. I don't really like to measure too much. I kind of just do it by sight. But you want to kind of try to get this in the center of the card if you can. You could measure it if you wanted to, but it's pretty easy to get it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up so that I have a good view of it. I like to use liquid adhesive again for this because it gives you a little bit more wiggle room when you get it on there. If you have it like not placed totally where you want it, you have a little bit of time to move it. Okay, and I like the way that's placed. See how quickly this is coming together? So cute. Okay, now we're going to glue our avocados on there. So I'm going to do a little liquid adhesive on the back of here. Okay. And I'm going to put this one. Now I liked the way it looked on the cards that I've done. You see I'm kind of leaning one on the other. I like the way that looks. So I'm going to do the same thing again. Okay. Alrighty. Get this other little guy on here. Okay. Alright. And I'm going to lean him on here like this. Kind of lean him right there next to the other one. And I think it's so cute. It's like he's putting, or she is putting their head on the other one. So cute. That's why I thought this would make a cute anniversary card. Okay, so there. So I just, where I smudged that white, I just took my sand eraser and just kind of went a little bit around the edge there and got some of that off. Okay. All right, so now let's take our other little hearts and just put them on the card. I have my little picker tool. So I kind of take these first, I just put them on there to see kind of where I like them. All right, and let's see. And I always try to do an odd number. So because I want to put these on both sides, I like the way that looks. I'm going to do, I have 3 here, so I'm going to put 2 more over here and have an odd number of 5. And I like this one. I think this one's cute. The way this one can't cut out. Oops. I could get it to be the right way. All right. So I think that that's kind of cute. Maybe I want to turn one of these that way. Yeah, I think that's cute. Okay. So now we're just going to glue these on. So I'm just going to take my little pick tool here. All right, and put a little glue on there. And I can't decide if I want to do splatters on this one or not. I just can't decide. Because the avocados are so cute that I kind of don't want to take anything away from them. Okay, there we go. And there we have it. basically we have our finished cards. Let me just pop this little pin back in the glue and move all of the stuff so you can see it. So here's our finished card. So cute. I like this. I do like the green border as well. Like I said, this is the one I was thinking of giving to my hubby for an anniversary card. Like I said, I think I was going to make either a hello or a get well card out of this one. And this one I'm not sure, because I don't know who I'm going to send this one to yet. But I just think that they are so adorable. And like I said, I like the green, but I actually like the turquoise too, the way it matches. You can hear one of my little kitties that's in here with me crying to get out now. All right, so I just wanted to show you how to make this cute little card. This is so fun. Everything is available at catscrappiness.com. Again, this is the Happily Avo After die set and the reverse scallop mini slimline hello with shadow die set. And everything, like I said, is available on catscrappiness.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And subscribe to the Cat Scrappiness channel, as well as Canterbury Card Designs. I will see you again in another video soon, and I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good one. Bye.